WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Let's see how rare and exotic the Green Spot is. Single pot still Irish whiskey, finished in Pinot Noir wine casks. Quails Gate. Ooh, celebrating a shared Irish heritage. Limited edition, 46%. So, Whiskybase number 227529. This was bottled on the 1st of December. Let's see if that's about right here. 2022. And I paid €69.99 for this. Now, you can get it for 65 euros at Le Maison de Whisky in Paris. And Masters of Malt and Whiskey Exchange both have about 67, 68 pounds. Now, there's a nice little flyer in here, brochure. Sometimes they bother me, but I think this one was actually very, very informative and very, very nice. What am I going to compare it to? Well, I'm going to compare it to the standard Green Spot, which is, there is a Chateau Montelena, and there's a chateau which is in Napa, and there's a chateau Louisville-Barton, which is in France, and this Quails Gate is not called a chateau, but it is in British Columbia by Vancouver on the west coast of Canada. So the good thing that I like about this always is there's a green spot there, and if you remove the foil, there's still a green spot there. All right, so according to the website, I forgot about this. There's a website called www.spotwhiskey.com. It is actually made by Mitchell's and Son, which are the whiskey bonders. Oh, why did I put it back? We should have the bottle in front of us. Whiskey bonders that actually make these whiskeys. Well, that's not true. They don't make these whiskeys. Midleton, Irish Distillers, make them. They are the bonders that actually then allow those, get the casks and allow, I think everything is aged in Midleton. I think everything is bottled in Midleton. So basically, Mitchell & Sons are shops in Dublin, and they have the brand name, and they work closely together with Irish Distillers to make sure that these products hit the market. Now, to be very honest, and this is my question of the day, which spot do you like the best? I'm going to rank my spots, all right? So I'm going to go, I'm going to go backwards. At the very, very top is for me the blue spot. Oh, I love those additions. Wow. The next one is going to be the red spot. And now the next one, I'm just going to go for the yellow spot and then the gold spot. I've had both, but I've never tried them together. I do like the yellow spot, so let's go for yellow spot, gold spot. Then we have the green spots. The one that I like the best so far is the standard green spot. And then it's really the question of which of those two. I think it's been years since I've compared the Montelena. I think I like the Montelena a little bit better than I did the Louisville-Barton. And so let's see where this actually goes here. Will it be above? Will it be below? Where will we have this? So 46%, very, very, very nice. And is there the word non-chilled filtered anywhere on this label here? So if it is, it's hidden far, far away. Triple distilled Irish whiskey, 46%. Triple distilled, matured and bottled for Mitchell's and Sons Fine Wines and Spirits in Dublin. So it matured initially in American bourbon and sherry cask and then finished in cask previously filled with wine from the renowned Quails Gate winery. Okay. No mention anywhere of natural color, no mention anywhere of non-chilled filtered, which is a shame. All right, so this little booklet was fairly interesting. Now, I'm going to talk about two things that I did not know. First of all, the thing that I thought was very, very interesting is they talked here about the so-called, I'll just go to the web page. They talked about the Wine Geese. So Green Spot's Quails Gate is the third edition in the Wine Geese series. Wine geese are the people that actually left Ireland to go to different countries to become part of the wine industry. Now, Ireland does not really have a wine industry. Now, let's think about this for 1 second. What do we need for good wine? What good grapes? We need sunshine. Now, Ireland has a lot of rain, but they don't have a lot of sunshine. And they need the warmth, they need the sunshine, and so they're in the wrong place on the equator, on the globe. Now, if you take a look at where the Quails Gate is and draw a line over to Ireland, maybe this is going to be higher north than that, but that's something else as well. That's important there. So those are the wine geese, and they always want to go to the heritage, that shared Irish heritage. And what really made me laugh is on this nice little sheet here, it says, I did not know this, all right? So it says here, the first of our stories is the story of Mitchell's family and begins in 1805 when an Englishman, William Mitchell, arrived in Dublin. Really? The Spots, Mitchell and Sons, goes back to Irishmen. And what really made me laugh was Jameson Irish Whiskey was founded by an Englishman. So we have two Englishmen that actually go to Dublin, go to Ireland, and find their fortune and make their money. What is really, really funny is Anna's Coffee, the coffee still, Irish guy, couldn't make any money in Ireland, went to England and sold his coffee still patent and the technology to the Scotch industry. In Scotland, they started making grain whiskey and started making blended Scotch, and they made all their money with that. And that was one of the reasons why the Irish whiskey couldn't compete. Because, hey, we are pure pot still whiskey. I just love that. All right, so and we're celebrating the true Irish history. All right, so and then we go back over here to the other page of this, and then I'll come to the whiskeys in a second. I'm gonna stop making fun of them. Okay, and we have here. The Stewart family have been based in British Columbia since their grandfather, Richard Stewart Sr., left Kildarn in Ireland in 1908 to immigrate to Canada. He did not start a winery. He did not start a chateau. He actually started a nursery. Now, not where we had kids, where we had plants. So he had trees, fruit, vegetables, which is great. Now, his grandchildren started the winery in 1989. So it hasn't been around for hundreds of years. So 3 generations later today, so they are actually one of the renowned Pinot Noir wineries in British Columbia with their roots in Irish history. All right, so the colors. This is a little bit darker, which makes sense because it was in a wine cask, right? So this is sherry and bourbon. Both of these are 46%. Both of these were made in Midleton. Oh, they're not. This is 40%. Shame on me. Okay, this is 40%. I can get this for €42.90 here. This is 46%. I can get this for $69.90. It's sold out in Germany. I have to thank, his name is, his Lisa's online name is Single Malt Whiskey Enthusiast. He wrote and said, Jason, look, Green Spot Quails Gate, one shop in Germany. Go get it. I was like, really? Oh, yeah. Bing. Click, click. And I bought it. So, and that was something very, very nice. So thank you very much for that tip there. He's going to watch my German video, not my English video, but I don't care. So 46 versus 40%. 670 euros versus almost 40 euros. So this is a much more expensive product, but there's an additional step. The barrels from British Columbia to Dublin, and this was aged for further 16 months in those casks. They actually tasted the casks monthly to make sure it wasn't over oaked or not too much of a wine spirit. Now, what I think is fascinating, I'm going to use the word fascinating, is on the website here of Spot Whiskey, it actually says this whiskey is between 7 and 10 years of age. Wow! It gives us an age statement. So this is a 7-year-old whiskey. Wait a second, their Blue Spot is also 7-year-old. Shh, don't worry about it. This does not mention anything about the age of the whiskey, and it only says here that it was finished for 16 months in the Pinot Noir casks. I have the feeling, at least my palate told me in my German video, this is younger juice. All right, so I don't think there's 7 and 10-year-old whiskey in here, or 7 to 10 years of age. On the nose. I'm going to go back to something someone told me just recently. Jason, you're a whiskey wow, I can't say the word. Conservatist. I like my whiskey the way whiskey used to be. So I like a red breast bourbon, sherry. That's enough. I normally don't like bourbon, sherry, and red wine. So that's innovative. That's new. That's different. That's something special. And it's like, just give me the good old stuff. I like that. Why do we have to have barrel and how many different casks? Martinique rum, Madeira, apricot brandy barrels. Why do we need to put rye in so many different things? All right, rye whiskey itself is just beautiful. Why finish it? Maybe finish in one thing and give me the option, but yeah. And so wine, red wine, and Irish whiskey after it's been in bourbon and sherry and then red wine. Not my cup of tea. And that's our problem here. This goes in a direction that is not what I want. Is this a well-made whiskey? Yes. Is this something that's better? Probably. Is the yellow spot better? Yes. Is the red spot better? Yes. Is the blue spot better? Yes. Is the gold spot better? Probably. And that's my problem. It's actually to be just added to that row of Montelena, our Baton, Louisville Baton, and our Quails Gate, which is, I don't know. Sometimes the question is, does the world really need that type of whiskey? All right, over here. Familiar, more satisfying, a little bit sweeter, a little bit more of the pot still aromas, clearer, not so dry to my nose. I get a dry cranberry. I get dried cranberries is what I get here. A little bit of cranberry sauce on. I like cranberry juice. I really do. I like cranberry sauce on Thanksgiving. I really like it, but do I like that taste in my whiskey? Not really. And so that's my dilemma. So thank you very much for putting it 46% instead of the old 40% here. Cheers. Mm-hmm. I must commend them. I must really highly praise them. The wine, the red wine balance to the whiskey balance is well done. Probably 12 months would have been not enough. Probably 18 months, 20 months would have been too much. It's exactly where they wanted to be. I was recently in a very, very nice restaurant, and they brought me a side dish, and the one person at the table was like, "This is fantastic. Maybe the best I've ever had of this." It's like, it's the only time I've ever had it, and I don't really like it. And so it may be perfectly made, but it's not my flavor profile. That's what's happening here. This is for me going to be a C whiskey. Now, they do mention here on the nose we should get vibrant oak fused with my eyesight. Fused with ripe cherry and fresh, juicy raspberry, elevated by the wine seasonings. These aromas are balanced with Green Spot's signature orchard fruit of apple and sweet pear. The earthy woodland spices lend themselves in the deep and complex characteristics found interwoven among the sweet vanilla and red wine bouquet. That's the official blurb here from Spot Whiskey. On the taste, it begins with a silky and sweet mouth-coating texture. Actually, I must admit, there's a nice texture here. I'm going to guess it's non-chilled filtered. There's a certain thickness and viscosity there. Very nice. With the wine's soft tannins gradually showing their presence. I don't get much of a tannin moment. Notes of dried cranberries. Yes, yes, yes. And red apple following, adding to the ever-expanding array of fruits in this wonderfully complex whiskey. Clove spice, pot still spice, and grated nutmeg. Work and balance with the succulent fruit, seasoned oak, and crisp barley. And to finish, the toasted wood and pot still spices gently fade with the fruits, and red wine seasoning taking the final bow. I mean, I couldn't write that if I wanted to. I really, really enjoyed reading that. Just as a comparison here, the Green Spot, it says nose, fresh aromatic oils and spices with orchard fruit and barley on a background of toasted wood. The taste, full, spicy, bold, a hint of cloves, along with the fruity sweetness of green apples, rounded off with toasted oak, followed by lingering flavors of spices and barley. Now, those are tasting notes that I actually could write and would want to write and would like to read. They give me all the information I need. Over here, it's like some type of marketing guru did his magic and wanted to make something for some hipsters out there. Give me the facts. Don't spice it up where you don't have to. But of course, today, that's the difference. We used to just have that. Now we have this. All right, let's try this, the normal Green Spot. 40%. I prefer this. I do get more green apple. I do get more pot still spice. WhiskyJason, am not missing the 6% alcohol more here. Towards the end, there's a little bit of a thinness. I'm going to attribute it to non-chill. I'm going to attribute it to chill filtration, not to the missing alcohol. This is good. This has the same mouth feel almost as, has a similar mouth feel to a Bushmill 16-year-old, where, oh, Jason, imagine the Bushmill 16 in cask strength. It's called Causeway's Collection. Yes, I've tried it. It's good. But the prices are prohibitively high often, and therefore I'm going to buy the 16-year-old. You can almost see it over here. Wait. The 16-year-old Bushmill any time of the day, which is actually over here cheaper than this. So an age statement, wonderful sherry, port, and bourbon taste together, 40%. And I'm getting the 40% here, and it has a long finish. Very, very nice and very, very agreeable. This I would give a C+, maybe even C++. And it's one of my least favorite spots. Very nice. So I'm going to give this a C- for value for money. 69.90, 70 euros is not bad today in our market. Would I have preferred 10 euros less? Yes, but if I look at the prices of everything else from the spots, you can actually get the 12-year-old Redbreast for exactly the same price in Germany as this, which I think is, I remember it being 50 euros. Now it's 70. So I would buy the 12-year-old. The cask strength is 10 euros more only. So if I'm gonna buy something, I'm gonna buy for, what was the price? Let's make sure I'm not telling you anything that's totally wrong here. So, all right, the pot stills. We want to go for the price. There we go. I didn't do that. I went for price. All right, so we buy this for 42. We can get the Redbreast. Yeah, the Redbreast 12 exactly was 50 euros at the moment. So the other Green Spots are 56, 57 over here. Powers Lane 12 is already 60 euros. And the Yellow Spot is 67 euros. And then we have the Listowel for 70 euros. And then we have the Redbreast 12 for 80 euros. And then we have the 15 for 80. That was with that same price, the 15 or the 12 cask strength. Always buy the 12 cask strength. I like the 12 better than I did the 15, so that's what I'm going to. And the 21-year-old at the moment, I know people in America are going to laugh, but I used to be able to buy the Redbreast 21 for 120 euros. Now it's 180 euros, and I've seen it in America often for 300 euros, and people still say it's a bargain for that price. It's something you can buy. But the Redbreast 21, one of my favorites. All right, thank you very much. What is your favorite spot whiskey? I'm going to put this together with the Louisville Botongvie, also the Montelena, together with the Quails Gate. This might be the better of those three, but I've never compared them together. But I do know I like the normal Green Spot more. So I said this in my German video. I'll say this in my English video. This, the Kregalichy Armagnac 13-year-old, is worse for me than the standard 13-year-old. There's a video online. Why add something to a great whiskey and make it worse? Now, the other half of the people in the world said, oh, they made it better. And the other half that I know of them said they make it worse. And this is the same thing. Why don't you just put this out at 46%, put natural color, non-chill filtered on it, charge me €8 more, charge me €50 for this, and instead of doing that. Okay, they want to celebrate the history of Ireland. Outside of Ireland, why not? Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing. Bye-bye.